Hi, my name is Kai Wen, and Kai Wen is the Chinese translation of the English name Kevin. I always tell people this story because it helps Americans to remember my name because Kai Wen and Kevin sound similar, but it's just pure translation. Now I'm a senior studying agriculture, food, business management with emphasis in marketing. For kids in my generation, especially Chinese kids, we were born in an environment where from 6 years old until 13 years old, we've been going a long and intense studying process. Our life is basically studying. Life is study. So there's nothing else that we will think about a life or future. So after I graduated from Chinese high school, I had a 1 year and a half time to study in a Chinese university. But I later realized that I cannot really pick up what I really interested in. And also my mom thinks that the best investment that parents can give to their child is to give them a good education opportunity. So that's why I choose to study abroad. And then this is a big decision made by my entire family, because usually Chinese parents save money for their kids' housing in the future. They buy a house for their kids to get married. So now we all decide that we use this money for my educational investment. So that's why it's sort of a big dream for my family. I'm carrying this huge expectations from family members and all the neighbors and friends, and then I study abroad. So I have no idea what I would choose, what I would study, what I can expect before I came to the United States. Just all the pictures are from the pop cultures or popular songs, movies that the Western culture invaded into Chinese kids in our generation. I got here on last January, so it was very cold winter. So that's the coldest winter in my life. To the time I get out of the airplane was during midnight, and then the first breath I take it was basically my lung is frozen. I feel like it's another world. It's so dark and so cold. Although I have other Chinese students that we came from the same school, we sort of transferred here together. So for the first semester, like Nana said, it's a disaster because it was cold at first, and then I don't have the intention to get to know more people because I still think the most important thing is to study, like the past 18 years I've done. So I study really hard. I don't really care about whether there's party time or there's social stuff or organizational or activities. I should even try to think about participating. I don't have the idea or mindset at that time. So I just study by myself. Friday night study, Saturday night studies. And now I realize it's not, if you study some major, you have to stick with some type of classes. But you can explore more. For example, later on I try to explore a class like dancing class, like tap dance and African movement, and other arts-related class. I find it's really interesting how graduate study is not only that you do homework really late or high-pressure exam-related thing. It's just something that you learn or study that really match your interest. Because when I was in China, all the Chinese students study towards the college entrance examination, but they might not even interested in this, but they have to do that. But here, I can finally learn something that I'm interested in but never thought of. So I think this is a good transformation from my mind that can be a happy thing instead of like I was forced to study something when I was in China. I feel like sometimes I saw that previously, I saw that Chinese students used to hang out together, even in class time, doing group homework together. And later, sometimes we have to be assigned with other American students. So in this case, we're sort of forced to introduce and to get to know each other. I just feel like American students sometimes they don't necessarily have the globalizational, that kind of high-level concept that that they don't think. Let's say it this way, they don't think that their classmates or colleagues are composed of people from different worlds. So which means that sometimes I think they're not open enough to us. If I introduce myself to Americans, sometimes I say I'm from China or I study what, or they will say okay. Then it's like, okay, I hear you, but that's it. they don't have the intention or interest to know more about you. So gradually, I feel like maybe I just don't say much about myself to American students. But some people definitely, they're very friendly and they wanted to know what the world looks like, I mean, outside of the United States. So which makes me really happy and excited. So it really depends on what kind of people you meet. And then always I try to make the initial step towards introduce myself to them, but see how they react. If they don't really like it, I guess I just, stop talking about it. I feel like definitely China has a tradition that for kids they carry family's expectations. So, and you're not very individualism. You have to think about a lot of things before your own interest or your own benefit. So we've been influenced by this concept a lot. So that's why before I came, I thought I'm gonna study some major. It turns out that I can make big money, then pay back to my parents. And parents definitely expect that their children can make money, and then related to successful, and then equals to they're happy. After I came here, I realized there's a life that we're already grown-ups. It's not studies the entire life, but there's a life, true life, that you need to cook by yourself. You choose different people to hang out with, and then you make your plan for future. So I really feel like this is my own life, and I can control it instead of leading by school. So after I had a lot of conversation with my mom, she agreed that she realized that happiness was really important to me, because from our conversation she can tell that she used to put a lot of pressure on me, but I just, so like a robot, I'm just doing that, and that's it. But now I have more energy, I'm more optimistic, and more open, and I can actually make her feel more happier than before, because I think that although I don't know what the future is, although my mom sometimes still worry about, see, we have invested so many money on your education, whether you can make a lot of money back or not, or can you be successful or not. Although she still asks me about this, but I always tell her, and this is also what I want to tell to all the Chinese students. 我们都现在都是年轻人，20多岁，我们有很多的想法，很多担心，很多忧虑，来自父母的期望，还有对未来的各种美好的设想。所以说，我们现在很多事情都没有办法确定是什么样子的。但是我要告诉你的是，走好脚下的每一步，抓住每一天，用心享受你每一个可以和朋友在一起的机会，可以参与不同事物的机会，然后扎扎实实走好脚下的路，这条路也许你现在看不清楚，但是它将会带领你走向你想要的未来。你现在只要做的就是相信自己，然后用心去做，然后过好每一天。谢谢 ，Thank you。